6 o'clock already now, just in the middle of a dream. So it's 7:30 right now. Yeah, I finally got to bed at 8:30 last night, and I finally had some really decent sleep, which is fantastic. And this very morning, I'm still not 100% because this very morning I went to get my life-saving oolong tea, bit of cafe latte down there, and some fibre food. So that's like lettuce and bread and all that, and which I haven't had for ages. And the plan was last night to try to counteract this cold that was turning into a flu. Really, I utilised methods. So generally, I've got like a small bottle of whiskey in my medicinal cabinet. I must have drunk that ages ago, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to feel more woozy. And so what I did was I bought some stuff that clearly had no fibre whatsoever, stuff that I generally don't consume at all, unless my body's down on glucose or something. I sort of seem to crave it, but very rare. Anyways, so the plan was I didn't want to drink too much coffee, so I had this watered down coffee that I've been reoccurring whatever's out of my drip coffee thing, and instead of using the new stuff, which would be much stronger. And I knew that from the pains of my still got a bit of a cough too. Offshoot thought. I'm still not 100% because well, there's nothing else open, so I had to go and pay through the nose for like some sandwiches and stuff in comparison to what you get at the supermarkets. Now I need to get some fibre into me. Anyways, I go to pull out some change to chuck it in these machine things, and I took my phone out and I took out about $150 that I got in my pocket so I can get at the change. And I put it down like in this under counter from the top counter thing. And so I did that. I was like, so still a bit woozy, and so I grabbed the products and I walked out and off I went. And so I'm in my car getting this Camry thing and whatever out of the bag. I look over and there's this girl looking. She runs over to the main road and she's looking to try to get someone's attention. I think, and because she had something in her hand, and I figured, someone's probably forgotten something. And I'm like, hang on. And she goes, hang on. She looked over and she saw me and she runs over to me, and I said, what's something on there? Keita. She said, Keita. I said, okane mo. And she said, okane mo means money too. And she said, yeah. And she gives me the money and the Keita, and I said, I put it out. I said, Bushido, samurai style. I shook her hand. She laughed, and that was that. So. Note to self: never, ever, ever put your phone down. It's a rule, right? And I broke that freaking cardinal rule. And that's how people lose their wallets and stuff. You never, ever, ever put it down, right? Never. But because I'm still a bit woozy, that occurred. That occurrence. But anyways, back to the story. So, judging from last night when I was driving back from the market, I've still got all the gear on the back there. I'm going to unload that, then pack some things, get them through the mail, do a few other things. Got to send a letter, and I've got to sign something. What else I've got to do? And pay a bill. Right. All that today. Now, so the pain in my stomach last night as I was driving back, I swear I thought I might have to expel some, it was coming on a brown alert. And but it wasn't the case when I checked. We don't get personal on this channel, but anyways. So generally I would sort of drink watered down whiskey to stave off whatever internal infection kind of stuff. And so in this case I decided to utilize a different method, which is to get some stuff that I generally don't eat and or consume. You don't really eat it, do you? and that has 0 fibre. And to accelerate the metabolism, I drank some coffee, but not too much, so because I don't want to offset my my mind's body's total willingness to actually sleep and get some real sleep. And I haven't slept properly in a long time, so that was brilliant. And so anyways, I consumed this coffee, and then I had like 60% of it, this I don't know, not a tub, it's not like a 4-litre tub, you know, just this small portion, 1/4 portion of chocolate chip ice cream, and I had about 6 of these small chocolate things, and within like 10 or 15 minutes, here I am staving off the internal explosion. So I made certain that my 1.5 litre bottle of water was in the powder room, getting ready to wash a certain region. That's the most hygienic method I've ever experienced, I've ever come across. I utilise it all the time. I carry a bottle of water here just in case. Anyways, I've got a couple down there too. Honestly, it's great. You know, ever want to wash shake someone's hand that utilises toilet paper? No? Anyways, I wonder if that girl utilises toilet paper. Back to it. Okay, so within like 10-15 minutes, I'm like, right, I've got to rush off to the powder room. So I carry my my Toyu heater, my kerosene heater into the powder room. I'm reading my mechanical book about repair for XA, XB Falcons, and we've got a few of them there. Keep one in the powder room, and freaking boom! Alright, so I've got all that sorted. See, we don't get personal on this channel. And might get done for medical misinformation on this one. Anyways, so I swear on all the gods I can name, within the, like, I got into bed at just on 8:30, so about 10 to 8. I swear I counted it. I went back in there, so I had to fill up that water bottle 8 times. I swear to you. So that's what that is the body expelling the toxins, and because that food stuff, if you can call it food, is sort of the only real thing I have consumed for quite a while, and sort of in a quite a decent portion. And I had a few things at the market, a few small things like some strawberries and stuff. So of late I've been eating things that I just wouldn't eat. And then I swear I was in there 8 times, and that was just expelling all these toxins, and that was it's an excellent method to do so. So I get into bed at right on 8:30, and boom, I was out. Excellent. First time in a long time I've actually had some real sleep. I guess I'm woozy because by 3 o'clock in the morning I was up in the, just having a leak, and I checked the phone and it was exactly 3 o'clock. So I got 6.5 hours sleep, which is exactly what I do when life is normal. So I was figuring, I could actually get up right now. But I figured, nah, stuff that. So I had the alarm set for 6:30 again, and so I just kept sort of going back to sleeping, which I did. But that would make me quite sort of woozy for having too much sleep, and I believe that's the reason why I left my phone on the counter there. So still a bit off, But from yesterday, the way I felt, to today, apples and oranges. I mean, yesterday I was wondering if I might pass out on the way back from the market, And so I kept the window down. We got it down now, and but I'm rugged up. I've even got a thing to cover my my neck. I've got a neck warmer on, and I've got a beanie on, and I've got a jacket on, so try to be sensible that way, because being cold in the morning. But we're gonna have a lovely day again today. But yeah, that was so apples and oranges from yesterday and the way I felt. So Taniguchi-san said he'd be there in the morning, and I might even get there earlier than him. And he's gonna see apples and oranges within me. You know? And I'm feeling a whole lot more chirpy now. If I can just get rid of this silly throat. So I've been coughing up some phlegm, so that's got to go. So yeah, I believe it was like a cold that was trying to turn into a flu because my immune system was so heavily weakened, and so I figured I've got to get onto it right away before it takes a turn for the worse. And so in order to do so, I need to make sure I can expel so much of that sort of infectious type of stuff within the body. I kid you not, that's that was a wonderful method I utilised to do so. Yeah. Strange as it may sound, it works a beaut. So there you go. I wonder who else eats ice cream and is known to not exactly hold it in when he's talking to the Queen or whatever. Anyways, goddamn politics. Alright, now let's continue on. Look at all the Kalasu over there. They're having a meeting, mate. Having a meeting. Alright, now it shan't take me so long to unload this stuff because loading it was like a freaking jigsaw puzzle. And lucky I was able to sell a few things, some large things, because I actually took down 2 loads just in the hope of, you know, selling a lot more stuff. So it worked out. The weekend worked out wonderfully. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. If I didn't fall down into this infection kind of thing, would have been a whole lot better. But I was very pleased. I made the rent and some, and so I'm very pleased. Yeah, and an ex-girlfriend contacted me the other day, and I said, I've got to do a few things, but I'll get back onto it. And one of the guys, she's in Australia now, and one of the guys that's a friend of ours is a drummer in a band, and so she was telling me in this city, and she sent me a link to their YouTube channel, and I can see him in the background. He's looking a whole lot more healthy than he generally does. I haven't seen him in quite a few years now. Whenever I walk past his apartment, I'd turn his bicycle upside down, you know. Yeah, good dude, man. He was sort of part of our group, you know. Yeah, until everything just imploded. Now, I'll give this guy a lot of room to know that I'm gonna turn, because it's a heavy truck behind me. It looks like he's got a pretty serious load, one of those dozers. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, there you go. Oh no, not a dozer. I think that's a dozer on top. No, it's just a rig. Okay, well, I'm feeling so much better, so that's wonderful. Road to recovery. I reckon by tomorrow I'll be even way better. Yes, hang on. Oh god, yeah. So yeah, still some phlegm, so obviously the throat's still a bit messed up. But yeah, it shan't take me long now. So I, over the years, I know methods. I rarely get ill, but I know it was just because my immune system's down. Oh, there's Storky. And that was the way that was. Oh, there's another Storky over there. I'll try to be nice. Oh, he's gone off fly away. Not too far this time. That's his mate, see? Storky over there and Storky's mate. They hang out over there usually. Storky. Alright, soldier on and keep good. I'm getting there, you know. Getting back up on my feet. God, I'm gonna be busy. See, I decided to get myself more busy because and more obligated to be busy, which like Sunday, for example, all my stuff was, and many other people, they keep it there and wrap it up under the tarps, and then so you gotta go, you know, and regardless, sort of thing, and so that was an obligation to be busy and sober, which is a main issue, and I'm creating some more obligated sort of schedule, if you will. That way I can sort of have a normal-ish life, still do my stuff, still do what I do, but be more obligated to be sober, to get up at regular hours, and you know, I know all that, right? It's just I kind of go off the rails in regularity. Yeah, oh, it's gonna be beautiful. I've got like a minute left on this Camry thing, potato can. God, I'd love to get another tablet. I think I can actually afford to get another one right now. We'll see in a few days. If I get a little bit extra, then I'll get another tablet, and that way we can get some HD pictures and videos, and then I'll try to utilize Wednesdays and Thursdays for uploading goods and stuff. Fridays load up, go and teach these little tykers Friday afternoon, Saturday go to market, Tuesdays an auction house, you know, it's all, and Mondays for sending stuff and paying bills and all that sort of bullshit. So yeah, full schedule, man. Yeah, 24/7. The case of the missing sandwiches. I am so not on my game. I carried the I had to figure out, I had to try to recall the recollections. I had some plates in there, and I had, well, you Enter the Dragon ceramic. I couldn't come to terms with selling that, but I will. Just beautiful. Anyways, I didn't even notice when I put this here that the sandwiches. Just ate something. We're here. I'm just so off my game, you know. My focus needs more focus. That's for sure. God damn it. For the viewing pleasure of my peeps. So I was cruising along that road there. I figured, oh yeah, maybe I'll just go over there. Still not 100% anyway. And I'm heading off to this transport company right now. I figured, hey, I've got time, I'll drop in here and show you this. All the way along this river system here. Let's go down there. Actually, there's these old people that have got this little plot here. I've met them before, or seen them before. That was last year, when the cherry blossoms were out. Now, a lot of the blossoms themselves, like at the warehouse, there's some beautiful trees also, and the cherry blossoms themselves, because it's been through the wind, they just whoosh. So that's got only like, you know, 30% of what it had prior. I think over there they got a whole stack too. Yeah, they do. And all along here and on the other side of the bank, you've got all these beautiful trees, you see, and yeah, over on there. Oh, let's have a look down here. Hey, I didn't have to do this, but this is for my peeps. But as you know, it's not just a business, it's a lifestyle, so that's what I like to do. Beautiful, huh? Look at that. So places like this, like those kids over there, you know, they like to come along here and put down a tarp, a blue sheet, and have a bit of a drinky poos, especially in town. And there's a place called Ohorikowan where it's famous for that. And there's Fukuoka-jo, where the castle that isn't a castle anymore, but all the castle grounds are still there, and the walls and all that. Now that's a beautiful place to waltz around, and it's great for Hanabi parties. And yeah, if you go there as a foreign savage, Often the Japanese will be having their parties and they get a bit of piss into them, and then they're like, whoa, dude, where are you from, and blah blah, hey, you want a drink? And I and many foreign savages have done that, and they lose their inhibitions, I guess that's what it's called, after having a few drinky poos. So it's a real great time to enjoy, but alas, I've certainly enjoyed far too much and I've got work to do, but still get to enjoy this stuff. Okay, let's continue on. Yeah. Alright, I've got to fill out some paperwork and all that bulldust, and then the train, boss, the train, and get things moving. Yes, I'm going to go back to the warehouse and I'm going to attempt to fix something, and I just need to put a spring on the carburetor linkage, and the freaking cord broke, so I've got to go buy a cord, and then I should be able to get some decent money for that rig. Yes, my mate gave it to me for free because he couldn't get it going, and so if I do get it working well, I'll give him half the dough, I guess. He won't accept it, but at least I'll offer. Righto. Lovely and sunny, back to singlet time, eh? The old Aussie singlet. Yes, well that worked out okay. I needed to buy some of this for this cord that you pull this cord to start this motor, and and that had broken a few times. I got the motor running, but that had broken a few times. But this linkage in the car for the carburetor to keep the butterfly in a one position without it floating around all over the show for tuning. There's no spring, but I know I found a spring years ago and I just put it in this cabinet. I said, you know what, I might need that for something someday. So that was cool. My mate gave him a bunch of junk that didn't sell, and he goes, yeah, I can make some dough out of that. And so sometimes he goes to places where, what do you call that, scrapper kind of places, and he gets dough for things and other stuff. He said, yeah, I can sell that stuff, and I just couldn't figure out how to. And he knows a few places where he sells things, so he gave me $5, and this was just under $4, so that worked out beautifully. Alright, now the plan was to go and get some garlic bread, more fibre kind of food. Then I recalled that those cheeky people, they used to sell garlic bread for a good price, and then they, because the clown world and everyone's really expensive, they reduced the size, and then they sort of twisted the ends and made it look like it's the same size, and the price is more, so you get less for and it costs more. So no, can't have that. That's just cheeky. Alright. Okay, now let's keep all my receipts. I've got thousands of them. Alright, for your tax, to prove that you're paying for all kinds of shit. So it's just in one hand out the other, you know, at a constant, but lifestyle's good, you see. So that's what's important to me. Well, once I get the paperwork done, then I can go and see this transport company people, and what a laugh they are. You know, I go in there and they always ask me if I'm cold, right? It might be a hot day, you know, so, you know, I'm just wearing a singlet. And you know, and one particular day I had to move a fair bit of stuff, and I figured I don't want to get it all mixed up, so I decided to walk there. It's only 2 minutes walk, so I decided to just walk there. I got this trolley and a rock along with that. So that particular time, the first time I went there, I got just a singlet on. They asked me, "Samui, let's go, Samui," and it's cold. Are you cold? You know, and I'm like, no. And then the very next time, which was just minutes later, I figured, just as a joke, I go in there, I put on a beanie, and I've got a neck warmer, I've got a jacket, I've got gloves. I just walked in there like that, right? And they burst out laughing. They find me to be quite eccentric, and I know, I'm certain that they they've got cameras that the people in the office can sort of see, because I can hear them burst out laughing. You know, he's back. So that was cool. And then the very next time I went in there, I think I might have just had I don't know, what did I do? I think I wore my like really cool biker jacket and my Terminator shades, and I'd be saying stuff like, I'll be back, you know, that sort of stuff. And it's a bit of a laugh. So I like going there, and it's the convenience of it is, and what a godsend for my little business, you know, because of all the things that happen. Yeah, total godsend. I'm very pleased. And actually, one of my buyers suggested that, and so I walked over there to find out. It turns out they did have options for me, and they did, which were really good. And they did have all this paperwork in both Japanese and English now, and at previously they didn't have all this sort of stuff. So and you just trying to make it happen was just ridiculous, you know, stressful. And there's a lot of things that changed with the postal service at Yubin Kyoku, whereby you had to have all this QR code stuff, and I had to go through all that nonsense. I had to get an upgraded phone, so I asked Exie, can you upgrade my phone? So she did that, so that I could get the QR codey thing to do its thing. And because she still pays for it and all. And she's only been doing it 17 years, I mean, you know. Anyways, we broke up 17 years ago. People know that, I'm sure. Anyways, with this Yamato people, they're fantastic. You can still old school, instead of having to put in all this computerized nonsense. You've got paperwork, and you just fill out all the paperwork, right? They stipulate a phone number, right? Old school. See, I'm old school. Oh, look at all the, see those cherry blossoms? There's a Shinto shrines in there that I went to not so long ago. I was saying, hey, if you're on the rough guide, you could stay at places like this. They're all over the show. You know, just ride a bicycle around. Have a great time. Anyways, and you always find booze. At those places. I wouldn't do that. I've never grovelled to that. No. Anyway, it's not designated for us. Desperate times, I guess. Desperate measures. If you're on the rough guide, I guess no one will mind. Anyways, yeah, I really enjoy the fact that they're 2 minutes walk away. They've got paperwork in English now. They've got some young girls there that sort of know what's going on. They can speak a little bit of English, and just makes it stream a whole lot easier. And predominantly I go through them now, depending on the weight class and things like that. But I do utilise sea freight through the postal service, although it's, you know, through all this nonsense in the world, it really, the time accentuated and like that. But certain products, due to weight and size, there's weight and size restrictions, so it all depends on what's what. But alas, if I can sort of keep sort of going, you know, I don't want to be a rich guy. I never wanted to be a rich guy. I'm poor as shit. But it's lifestyle. It's very important. Over there there's a lake, and they've got all cherry blossoms all around that too. Yes. So yeah, if I can support myself and just keep doing that for years, I'm eligible for a full pension, full Australian pension. How's that? I know some chaps that they get their pensions, and it ain't so bad. And that would, like, living in a place like I live right now, I love it. It's really great. That Australian pension could pay for everything. Yeah, like that. Still coughing up some phlegm and shit, but it's alright. Soldier on. Maybe I should get a t-shirt on or something, just to sort of stay warmer. But as far as I understand it, the Australian government bumped it up from 65 to 67, I think. And see, the Aussies are just so complacent. You know, oh yeah, we'll go over there and protest in a designated area. Oh yeah, good thinking. You know, no one's in a show. Yeah. Anyways. So, but the Frenchies, they only work like 4 days a week or whatever, and they, you know, the government goes, oh yeah, how about we bump it up from 62 to 64, how about we give that a go, and they're all going ape shit, so good on them. Frenchies are showing us the way. Who would have thought, the Frenchies? Anyways, so by the time I get there, if I get there, which is, I never thought I'd make it to 30, kind of didn't want to. Anyways, yeah, it's going to be like 3,000 years or whatever old you have to be to get your full Australian pension. But alas, imagine all I have to do is prove that I can get a full Australian pension, and I've already, when I spoke with them and all that a few years back when I was in Australia. That's quite a few years before all the nonsense happened. And so I spoke to them about it and looked it up, and I thought I was only going to get like a half pension or something. So that's why back in the day you had to do at least 10 years of work in Australia. And so I go back every year and like work on, just do mongrel jobs as I've generally done. And so I've racked up like 9 years of working. I worked full time at one joint for 5 years or whatever. And so it turns out they scrapped all that. And it's like, well, if you're an Australian citizen, you're entitled to a full pension. And I honestly thought I was only going to get like a half pension because I'm living overseas and all that sort of stuff. But if I did rack up my 10 years, which I was trying to, but they, yeah, that turns out that wasn't the case. Nice looking rig. Yeah, so there you go. So wouldn't that be cool if I was living in an El Cheapo place like this and actually not having the stress of trying to make a dime to keep yourself alive, you know? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Having such a stipend that you can support yourself and you don't have to worry about anything. Yeah. There's something to bother to live for. Yeah. It's like 3 o'clock now. Back to the warehouse I go. Now thankfully I refrained from going to that place that it's a supermarket called Hello Day. And they increased the price and reduced the size of these garlic breads, and they kind of elongated the ends to make it look like it's the same kind of size, you know. So I know of another bakery at that, what do you call it, Aeon Mall, is that right? Aeon Mall. And they put on a good spread. I mean, but they're cheaper and just monster big. I'll show you in a second. See if this dude goes by. Check these out. Awesome. And so I grabbed a couple of those. So just got to get fibre into me, you know. And getting starting the wellness is coming. I have that tea ceremony gong right there. I've even got an antique striker for it too, like its original striker, I bet. So, and that's a good size. I'll have to figure out weights and measures. Much to my chagrin, I sent 3 things today. And it turns out this transport company, Yamato Transport, they from this month, April the 1st, they upped the freight costs to keep in line with the, you know, the inflation, all the silliness that's going on in the world. And so that was that. And then I asked about the Yubin-ko, or the post office, and she said, yeah, I think they might have gone up too, and so I figured I'll go and see them. So I went and paid that gas bill through Fully Commi. Fully Commi is you pay through through to your bank, through an ATM machine. An ATM machine, it's called fully combi. And you get this fully combi card, and then you when you get a bill sent to you, that info, I don't know, they set it up. But anyways, they set it up for me. I signed and sent that letter along. So that's I am actually absolutely up to date right now. Right now I'm up to date. I asked the post office if they've increased their prices due to June the 1st, and I explained what was going on at Yamato Transport, and they said no, it hasn't changed. We're still on the same. So it all depends. Like with some things depends upon the weight categories. But the post office is very expensive these days. But they do sea freight, which the Yamato Transport don't, and so it all depends and all that sort of stuff. So I've got to renew things, but the thing is, it dissuades people from buying your stuff because they've got to pay more freight, But it's just one stab in the heart to the next. But being an immortal don't matter. He's a cheery old chap, isn't he? That bloke back there. Hello, he goes, konnichiwa. I've seen him plenty of times. And he hands me my ticket and he goes, good luck. Certainly going to need it. But yeah, a cheery chap. There you go. Okay. Yeah, the lasses at the freight company there, two of the items actually, the prices were increased. So I don't know if I was expecting, I'm going to check why one of them I was expecting to pay more, but I think maybe I was just slightly under the weight category, something like that. So just have a look at that. Maybe I just didn't get my facts and figures. Like I've got the old costings written on the wall actually, so you get them off the internet, so they internet-y change, and for the UK it's not looking too good for me. So yeah, I think I lucked out overall with the 3. That's alright, I always get screwed anyway. I think we should change all the countries' national anthems to something like we will fuck you. We will fuck you. Yeah, that's what we can do. Yes, and then we'll be more like in line of just how pathetic this world is. It's not good enough for me, this world. It doesn't deserve me. Nope. Yeah, well. Hey, I hope Taniguchi's still at the warehouses. He asked if I would come along a bit later. I said, yeah, Yoru no Toki kimasu, and he just laughed. And Yoru no Toki means the time of night. And so I'm actually coming off way earlier than I thought I would. Had a look at some email-y things there. I was sent a bunch of songs for teaching these kids and stuff. So got to figure out that Bluetoothy stuff. And my mate told me how to do all that. He said, yeah, you just play that and it'll just play. It's an old technology. It's been around a while, this Bluetooth. But hey, and I go, dude, I've got things from the 1700s. I'm not exactly in tune with techo stuff. Yeah, zeros and ones. I don't think in zeros and ones. Alright. There you go. Okay, now what we're going to do is go there. Shit, still pulling out of this bloody thing. There you go. But the immune system is getting stronger by the hour. Yep, and these are gonna go down real well. Where's that bloody lasery thing back over there? I walk past it at night times and I was like, whoa. I think it's to persuade the wild boar that live over there to stay away from the rice fields. And you're singing it. I know you're singing it, aren't you? You know, change your country's national anthem and inspire all the other countries. Yeah. They want to keep you either dead because you're useless and you can't be subjugated anymore, or they want to keep you grovelling and just like on the breadline, but just enough so you can give them like 1 cent more than the bread the cost of things that they give you. Yeah. Oh well, 10,000 years I'll be the one laughing, still looking at that mountain. Yep. Okay, cookie. Ooh. Alright, now it's something I want to fix, like complete, because I do have a spring. Yes. Yeah, as expected. So I've got the sizes and weights and all this sort of stuff written down here. Now I've got to revise all of that, so everything through the freighter is more expensive. Unbeknownst to me, yeah, I thought I might have done okay on one of them, but no, I'm out like $60 US overall for today. Just sending those things, fantastic. Yeah, it's always me getting left. Yep, and someone's got to pay for the proxy wars. Yeah. Okay, cookie. Well, I moved out here to experience the glory. Tony Gucci-san, he's back. Yeah, we're talking about this fully commie thing, so I can pay as I go for this market thing. So that's cool. Okay, now let's have a look at all the freaking problems this thing has had. These were all broken and stuffed. These rubbery thingies, and so what I did, I went ahead and took them all off, and then drilled through the brackets and bolted them all 4 of them down, because this was off its wonky poos. Now the next issue I discovered, I wasn't getting Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. The hose that I had on it, the fuel line, that was stuffed. Alright, so I found some in there to sort that out, and pulled the carby apart, cleaned all that up, got it running. Next main issue, bastard, this broke, so I put all that back together, and that's just gonna break again. So I bought some new line today because it broke like 3 times. And so that's actually the same stuff. Good. Now the main issue, when I did get it started, it just go and high revs. So what's happening is, there's your butterfly for your choke, and inside you got your butterfly and main carb. Whatever. God damn it, still shaking it off. Oh, so I couldn't get it to idle. There's your idle screw, and there's your mixture screw. I don't think I have to mess with the mixture screw, but what was happening is, I got it fired up, and due to induction, it would suddenly open the inner butterfly just to way to full, and she'd be firing away, and the fuel from the float bowl would just straight away go through, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? Well, we're going, what's going on right now? So I figured upon this is what's happening. Over here, there's a hole in that casting there, so I figured there's got to be a reason why that casting is there with a hole in it. And this here, this bracket here has got a few holes in it. So what's happening is, she'll open full, but she doesn't have a return spring to close, so it doesn't have to move too far to close this, and that way you can set it to set your idle to what you need. Now I know from experience that generators generally run fairly quickly, so dropping the idle, just the first thought instantly, because I went through this, and Handyman Mike on this that awesomeness of awesome, The Colony, right? That show where they did this experiment where they put all these dudes, these people in this huge industrial zone, and they had to like find a way out of there or whatever and fix stuff. It was really, really great. And he did exactly the same thing as I did years ago, where he figured upon that the idle was too high, so he dropped it down. They were checking through a voltmeter and figuring out, hey, we're not getting enough output amperage out of this bloody thing. Translating the volts, whatever. And so one of the guys, the professory guy, suggested, how about we up the idle? And the handyman might go, oh, you know what, I dropped the idle so we could save fuel. And that's probably what it is. And so you got to get an idle that's going to run the kind of voltage output. No one gives a shit about this story. Back to it. Now, the spring I have is way too long. I might be able to cut it down and bend it and all that sort of thing. We'll see how we go here. Yes. Now, what would happen with that one? That one. It's after 6 now. And I was messing about with a generator for quite a while. It just goes from one issue to the next, to the next, to the next. Anyways, got it close. Oh, happy enough with that, but I don't want the bloody stress of it. Got it for nothing. Yeah, that spring, the only one I had. I was dealing with that issue, but that wasn't too bad. And then 7 already. Right. And then had to deal with that the broken rope thing, pullery thing, and then so I didn't want to dismantle it completely, because I was thinking, alright, it might be one of those units where the spring will like unspring itself, or it might come off in one whole unit, and I just got to wrap around. But I was trying to get the without even having to take that off, I was trying to get this 4mm diameter rope stuff, which is exactly the same as what was on it, through, like down and through, and try to push it through, and God, what a hassle. So I figured, alright, let's just hope that this thing won't unsprung itself and it'll just come off in one unit. I'll wind that ropey thing, plonk it back on, and Bob should be your uncle. Not to be. I was trying all kinds of methods to, like machines wind those bloody spring things, and then somehow they put them together and they stay together. What a bastard. I came close, but I got a few holes on my bench that are situated for, so I can situate a vise on it, and they were perfect for some of the screw holes. So I managed to put some thin screwdrivers through those and through that, and I was able to get tension on this thing. But oh my God, it just started to give me the poopy poops. So anyways, the other bloke, he's like, Taniguchi came over and, how you going with it? I'm like, Monday. It's just one problem to the next with that thing, and it's had its day, it has. Unless you can buy that piece in one unit, but it's not worth the hassle. But I did a lot to it, and I kind of learnt something. I could have, if only I just persevered with trying to get that rope through, maybe, or even tried to angle drill a hole or something and pop it through that way, or get a smaller, stronger piece of wire or something and just sort of try to pull the bastard through. I was just hoping that it's going to be in one unit, but yeah. that's the case. And when things just start to really give you the shits, you're just like, nah. And he goes, "Dosu, like, what are you gonna do?" I just look at him and go, "Next year." He just laughs and helps me put it on the trolley, drag it back inside, and just left it there. Yes. There you go. It's kind of a pity because, you know, I was so close, yet so far away. Well, what I'm going to do now is I totally forgot to... I've just been forgetting everything today. Forgot my money at that convenience store, forgot my phone. I don't know why I parked like 3 meters in front of where I generally park at the warehouse there. I don't know what happened there. I nearly fell over the other day. Just totally off kilter. Oh God. Well, if you're listening, Barb's a great buyer over the years. I got that bell out. She loves bells, as I do too. And I'm healing. Thanks for saying that, you know. Hope you get well soon kind of message. And I'm getting better. That's true. I mean, my voice is starting to get better already. Even had the heater on and stuff. Wearing a beanie, rugging up, making it happen. So that's cool. Alright, now what I'm going to do is get over here and go to the ginkgo, the Fukuoka ginkgo, and extract even more money. And I've got to put juice in this thing. And then I'll gonna try and put $20 in it. Yes. Ooh. The amount of time I put into that generator though, like all those rubber and what do you call them, the mounts, engine mounts, and took them all off and drilled holes through it, and it did a lot of stuff to it. Pulled the carburetor apart and got that all working, and it was just found out that there was the linkage was the main issue and all that sort of stuff, and then the bloody rope decided to break 3 times. And then this and that and the other and bloody blahs, and just kept bloody blahing on me, so I wasn't too pleased about that. And you always got to look to here, because sometimes people just don't even bother looking up, and they'll try to go past. And sometimes with your rigs, these pillars are so wide, you've often got to, in urban areas, I often sit up really close so you can get more of a glance, a time. It's just a matter of timing, you know. Because like this very day, an ambulance went by, a police car went by, so someone else has been hurt, you know, through probably issues like that. I see it all the freaking time. But then, now we're going to Hello Day, but I'm not going to buy there anymore. Always got to pay a premium there. They have a Fukuoka bank out the front, so an ATM machine. And just give this guy the old you can go, you can go, I own the world. Right then, now let's just go like this, and show down. Right then. I'm getting ready. I've got to gear up to go to the auction on the morrow, so it's alright. Doesn't start till pretty late really, so there's no rush. I've got no freaking money anyways. Unless I see something that I just know. Anyways, I took the gong there and I got real tired of that tea ceremony gong, so I'm sure someone out there wants that. It's great. So yeah, it's the real deal. Okay, let's do this. Switch me out. What I might do is I was charging the tablet there, and I want to check to see if that mic improved, but it's like it runs on 40% or something, because it just stopped working altogether at one stage. But I think it's time for another tablet. tab cam, so at least I can take good pictures with that, like HD pictures. And I better get back to the heat. All right, let's get this done. Okie cookie. Now, what the plan has to be right now, because of the change that they gave me. Oh, get back out of the cold. I have to change a big note, because I've got to give my mate some money at the auction house there. And what I'm going to have to do is change that big note. Now, because I'm off kilter right now, being the illness and shit, I'm going to have to be very conscious. I've done it a couple of times. Very conscious of getting my change back out of those fucking machines. Fucking machines. Remember when you didn't have to deal with machines? Yeah? Hey? You know, we were using trebuchets and shit. That was great. It was a lot of fun. Anyways, so I have to be conscious about that. So I'll get my freaking change and be real sort of on the ball. Yeah, I've been so off freaking kilter now. But I am definitely on the improve, which is good. I'd say give me 2 or 3 more days and I'll be right as rain. I plan on allocating Wednesday, Thursday for reminds me to do something. Allocating Wednesday and Thursday for doing photos and uploading and stuff like that. I list a few things hopefully, because I did do videos and loads of pictures and all this stuff for these go boards and things, and for some reason, whatever, it was or not, I was probably drunk. I deleted the stuff prior to actually uploading it to my machine thing, and that was the case. So yes, so I deleted all that stuff, and I was there for freaking all day doing that. And so sometimes things are not so great. Well, it's better than being back in the coal mines, you know, and watching all those cuckoo birds or whatever they are, the canaries all dropping dead, and you know, guess it's not so bad. The road to Wickham Pier, down and out in Paris and London. Hey, I've lived this kind of shit. Not in the same locations, but maybe not exactly the same jobs. Servitude is subjugation is servitude is indentured, subjugated, servitudinal servants. Yeah, and they give you just enough, right? So you have to come back. And then they encourage you to buy a house, get a loan. Yeah. And then you're looking around at all these dudes and see how miserable they are, and you're like, fuck this. Alright, now, what we're going to do, let's go to the gasoline stando. Okay. I managed to stay cognitively conscious enough to remember to get my Otsuli change. So that's good. I lost $50 one day, probably 20 another day or something like that. That was years ago. I'm going to get this light on. Now, do I actually have enough to, I think I do, to actually get some other type of food stuff. Some kind of protein, I think, might be quite necessary. I might have to help people move shit, and if I actually do buy like one thing or something like that, I might probably, just my luck, it'd be like 3,000 kilos or something. Everyone is hiding. No, they're actually really good there. Sometimes, like, there's this really cool bloke speaks English, and like, I'll load up and I'm always saying shit like, well, thanks for helping me load, you know, where were you, things like that. Good dudes there. Okay, yeah, let's go and get some protein. Right. Wow. Nigh on a full moon, but it's quite cool. Well, typical of me. Or what happens to me. Well, anyways, I've got this El Cheapo bacon stuff. 188 yen, you get quite a lot. All the other bacony, hammy things, I don't know why this is so much cheaper, but it's probably they spray it with perfume to get rid of the stink. Possibly. But anyways, all the bread racks, every single last one of them. I will forget that there, because I'm so off kilter. Asia will do that to you anyway, trust me. Anyways. Yeah, well, let's go see what my local yokel supermarket has to say about that. And if not, I'll put some more butter. I've got butter, I've got eggs, all I need is bread. Now, I've got bread right there, garlic bread, right? So, worst case scenario, I'll toast that on the kerosene heater. Fry and utilise the kerosene heater for cooking, and handbrake, see, so off. And then get some protein into me. Yes, it's quite necessary. So if we can keep on this healing process, the process of healing. Yes. At least last night, I was able to get some real sleep. Yeah, that was first time in a long time. So that enabled me to get up real early today and I got a lot done. If I had known in retrospect, you know, it's going to entail or encounter even more issues with that bloody generator. I don't know, maybe one day in the future, I don't know, I might look up how to keep one of these springies together. But see, the units, when you put them together, how the hell do you do that? Do they like tie them together or some shit and then apply heat and they break off and spring out? I don't know. I probably don't want to think about that bastard anymore. And we'd get more money for scrap, I believe. Might just give it back to him. Alright, so yeah, we'll go and see what my local yokel, I think I was blabbering on about something else, but yeah, it enabled me to like stay up all day, you know, without being drowsy and just woozy. And fair enough, I'm still kind of down, but a bit ill. But yeah, I got a lot done in retrospect. Took back Gong to the warehouse. Got to see Crowy and his mate and give them some garlic bread. Yes, see, it's important. And then there those dudes are driving around those rigs and they blare and blare and blare out this on the microphones of their candidate, you know, who they want you to vote for. I mean, they get all shitty with the Bozozoku and the police start chasing them around when they go rumma, those buggers, and they're out there wet. It's like 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. No, it's not that early, but early enough, like on a Sunday morning. That's early enough, man. Yes. Anyway, let's go see what my local yokel. There you go, there's some. There they are, they're behind me. Oh shit. Oh, not good. that's how they do elections here. Yeah, this place will do you freaking head in. Oh God, they are behind me in this little rig, and they'll be. Yep. And they're waving out the windows with their white gloves. Fuck off. Yeah, come around at 5 in the morning again, will you? Blanket scream, everyone. Yeah, so I was able to stay awake all freaking day, sort of thing, and got a lot done. I packed and sent 3 things, and was able to unload the truck and just all kinds of shit, and pay a bill and send a letter, and yeah, Asia will do your head in. It's damaged me. Yeah. As you can probably tell. Okay, now what we're going to do, like I've got a split personality now, do I? Look what they've done to me. Now, let's just keep trying to enjoy it through the good times and the bad times. Yes. Yeah, let's see if these people, we got to pay premium for bread here, but at least I know where to go, and I have a bicycle which I'm going to pay for tomorrow. My friend deals in bicycles. It's a piece of shit. I keep hitting my knees on the handlebars, but it'll do for now. Let's drop. Ooh, bread. Pay an extra buck for it. That's the El Cheapo stuff over there. So there's some more El Cheapo. It'll do for me. Is that the same? Yeah, just my luck that it won't be. Right, let's go pay. There's so much yummo stuff here. Over there they've got like 50,000 different soy sauces and stuff, and all kinds of just yummo stuff. If I had dough, I'd be doing loop bang thingies and experimenting with different stuff. Yeah, I'll be a freaking zillionaire. I'll be back to hospital like Hungry Fat Chick is. Is she out of hospital yet? I might check. Oh my God, my good conscience kind of hit me and said, hey, because that's a couple of times she's been in hospital, that Hungry Fat Chick, and she just gets out of hospital, like, and then boom, straight back into it, right? And there's so many of us who are just saying, hey, come on, you know, you're pushing it too far, stop this. And the last thing I saw was she was back in hospital again. But shit, maybe things are even worse than I actually know, you know. But shit, fucking telling her, and she just keeps pushing those limits, you know. And it's kind of like a catch-22 situation, that if she whenever she goes on a so-called diet or tries to eat less or something like that, these just fucking pathetic people that cheer her on and like, yeah, you go girl, well, they're all like that too, right? And so it's like if you're a teenager and your friend smokes and you smoke and you've got that bond and you decide not to smoke anymore, and it somehow breaks your bond. And it's the same with that in a way, where she loses so many views when she always says, oh, I'm not going on a diet, but she's eating a whole lot less, or might eat a salad, and everyone's like, yeah, you know, fucking well done, you champion of the universe. And so that's the catch-22, losing all this revenue. And she said she just made a load of dough, this is prior to going to hospital again, out of this behaviour. And we're all like, is it worth it? See, I've been blocked and banned for my, you know, my sense and sensibilities. You know, you can't speak sense. That's against the frickin' laws of the nature. Yes. Yeah. Alright. It's against the laws of money. Money, yeah. Who came up with that concept? Yeah. Alright. Now, what we're going to do is shut down, hop back in here on the boat. Well, I'll be feeling a bit better. Alright, I'll take that in. Let's do a bit of a stock take here. I want to utilise one of these yummos, these vitamin C wishy things. Alright. Oh, well, at least I'm up to date at least, you know. Even though I was ill, I pushed through it. Me being a champion of the universe.
Elemental forces caused the egg to hatch. From it then came a stone monkey. The nature of monkey was irrepressible.